Alrighty, boys. We're gonna go over this Thursday night football slate. Um, but firstly, we'll go over things if you don't know. Um, if you are watching on YouTube, I make posts over on DFS Sports. Excuse me, make posts over on DFS Sports. NBA is coming up. That is my main sport. Gets really popular over on this subreddit. Gets really active as well. You can ask me any question you want. I will always answer you. If you ever need to get a hold of me, you can do so on Reddit or you can do so on Twitter. Either one doesn't matter. I'll always, excuse me, I will always be there to respond to you guys. So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, come over here. I make posts. Everyone, you see people asking questions. I will always answer your questions. And then if a Discord is something you're interested in with in-depth videos, player pools, ownership projections, talk with other people also doing other write-ups, just so much in-depth content, especially with the cores and stuff. Link for that will definitely be down below. So yeah, let's go. So one thing with me that I always show you guys is I always recap. I always show you my lineups for main slates, showdown slates to show you how I'm doing, just to know that you can see if I'm either winning or losing. Some days I'll lose, some days I'll win. It happens. But we can go over the Discord, what happened. Like just just winners everywhere on the main slate. Just huge winners everywhere. Just green. Just main slate green. Let's see, more green, more green. Um, more. That wasn't a lineup we had. That was the Millie Maker winner. More green. Um, Also, if you guys don't play cash games, should be playing cash games. This is satellite, so he profited still. SIPO turned $5 into $1,000. More green, just green everywhere. Yeah, just insane. Insane. More green. So yeah, just green everywhere. So we can go over my lineups from Sunday. So cash games went very well for me. The core that I had for cash games was CMC, Randall Cobb, Michael Pittman Jr., and Saquon Barkley. As you can see, I mostly do cash, so that went really well. Showdown did not go well for me. This is my cash lineup. I definitely made a mistake going to Sutton over Judy, I think. I had the money for Sutton, so I just went Sutton. And Homer not getting involved when he was open a ton of times just really pissed me off. He could have had like 5 to 6 fantasy points with how open he was on some plays. So yeah, that really pissed me off. But we just missed in cash. Going Judy would have done it. I also debated the kicker or Albert O. I swapped to Albert O last minute. That was a mistake, but hindsight's 2020. Can't be results oriented. But so far, profitable on the NFL season solely because of cash games. And then Thursday night football, I broke even. So yeah, been a good start. Let's go over the slate now. So we'll go over the Chargers first. So Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler. I don't like this price on Austin Eckler. And let me go over why. So I bought PFF Premium. Let's take a look at Austin Eckler's snaps. They played 4 running backs. Austin Eckler only played about 50% of the snaps. He played 33 of the possible 67 snaps. Sony Michel played 16. Where are the other running backs? Excuse me. Trying to remember which running backs. I know Sony was. Was Horvath involved? Horvath played 15 snaps. Yeah, they played. Yeah, Kelly played 18 snaps. So yeah, it's hard for me to get to Austin Eckler at this price tag. Now it is a primetime game. It is a really tough matchup. Like, not can't say he's not going to play defense, but I mean tough matchup. Like Both teams are high-powered offenses, and it's a primetime game, so maybe you could see extra snaps for Eckler, but I assume what they're going to do is do the same thing they did Sunday. So Austin Eckler at 10.2K just seems a little bit pricey in my opinion. And Austin Eckler himself has said he doesn't want to play as many snaps as he did last year. So yeah, tough for me to get to him at that price. If he's going to get ownership, I'm just going to fade. If he's going to be low owned, then I think he's an interesting tournament play. Love both the quarterbacks on the slate. I think Justin Herbert makes for one of the best plays, same with Patrick Mahomes. Uh, so yeah, love Justin Herbert. Keenan Allen, I don't expect to play, so we're just gonna go over assuming he is out. Seriously. So let's go over Mike Williams. Mike Williams played a ton of snaps. I can't find it, but he got 4 targets, 2 receptions for 10 yards. Obviously, without Keenan Allen, I'm expecting that usage to go up. He's going to be the clear number 1 wide receiver on the team. Now, the floor is definitely still going to be low with Mike Williams, but the ceiling is going to be there. He's always going to have a high ceiling, especially on those deep routes. So I think Mike Williams definitely makes for a pretty good play, especially with no Keenan Allen. And then these cheap wide receivers like Palmer, Carter played a bunch of snaps. Seriously. Carter played a bunch of snaps. He got 4 targets on 3 receptions. Um, so yeah, this is going to be an ownership thing to me. If Josh Palmer is going to be higher owned, I'm just going to go to DeAndre Carter. If Carter's going to be higher owned, I'm going to go to Josh Palmer. But I think both of these cheap wide receivers are firmly in play. Gerald Everett played a bunch of snaps, if I recall. Yeah, he played 44 of the 67 snaps. He's just there for me. Kind of indifferent on him. Fine option. Kicker, very safe. Not really interested in the defenses. I think Guyton might get an increase in snaps, but I don't think by much. More so at Dart. And then these running backs. So Sony Michel played 16 snaps, and I already went over this, but yeah, these two played 18 and 15. Horvath, where's Horvath? Horvath, Kelly. So I think they're in play. If I had to choose one, it would probably be Sony, just because I think he's more reliable. I think he'll get the most snaps and the most usage out of those 3 guys. But I think all 3 are definitely in play. And then tight end. So McKinney played a ton of snaps, if I recall correctly. McKinney. Yeah, he played 40 snaps, and he got 4 targets, 3 receptions. Now, if I recall correctly, he's going to be more of a blocking tight end, if I recall correctly. I think his usage was a bit of an outlier, but I'd have to look at the stats, which routes he ran on pass plays, etc. But he's basically been priced. He was on the field for 40 snaps, so he's definitely in consideration, and definitely a viable punt, in my opinion, with Parham out. So yeah, that is mainly the Chargers side of things. I'm trying to think if I missed any. Not going to the defenses. God, Isaiah Spiller people in best ball. Oh, it's going to be so interesting. They played 4 running backs. 4 running backs. So, onto the KC side of things. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. This game got completely out of hand, so you can't really look at the snaps, but we can take a look. Kelce played 45 while in the blowout. Mahomes played a total of 65, and then we obviously know they got pulled later on in the second half. So kind of can't really look at the snap counts here and make a complete decision, but I have an idea of what will happen. So I love both. I absolutely love both, and I think there's definitely a way you can fit both in. I think both point per dollar, maybe not point per dollar, but I think both project as two of the best plays on the slate, in my opinion. Love, love, love both. In my opinion, you should try to get to at least one of those two guys. So yeah, love both Kelsey and Mahomes. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think, is the worst play on the slate at this price, and I will go over why. So, first half snap counts for the Chiefs. CEH played 8, McKinnon played 6, Gore played 2, Ronald Jones was inactive, Pacheco played 15, but this was more in garbage time. And then we can look at the total snaps. CEH played 27. Pacheco played 16, whereas McKinnon played 27. So with CEH splitting backfield work with 3 running backs at this price tag, he's going to need to get in the end zone multiple times like he did here. So at this price point, with him needing to be touchdown reliant for him to get there, and he would, even if he goes for 22 fantasy points, at this price tag he's not needed. So I just don't see an outcome where CEH is optimal unless he goes for like 90 yards and a touchdown or 2 touchdowns. So I think CEH is a terrible play. Definitely not going to go there. I think Juju Smith-Schuster point per dollar makes for one of the best plays on the slate. Going to be on the field an absolute ton and going to be a high volume guy. Him and Kelsey are going to be the 2 guys that Mahomes are going to look to. Has a pretty high floor as well. Definitely in consideration for cash games. Love him for both formats. I think Juju looks great. MVS more of the boom or bust between him or Juju. Definitely has a much lower floor, but in consideration for tournaments, if you need the savings, has a high ceiling. I definitely don't hate it. Hardman, more of the boom or bust as well. He actually got targeted 6 times, which I definitely don't hate. Was kind of surprising too. He only played. He only played. I could have swore he didn't play that many snaps. Yeah, he only played 39 is fine, plus the blowout. I don't know if he played in the blowout, though. One of you guys who watched the game, can you tell me if Hardman was getting run in the blowout? That would definitely be appreciated. But he's more boomer bust, fine option. Pacheco, I think, is also a terrible play at 4.4K. People are going to see that he played, where is he? 16 total snaps, and they're going to think he's a solid value. While most of that time, if I recall correctly, was in the blowout. So someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe I am right. Got to keep an eye on Butker. If he plays, obviously he's a very safe option. And then if another kicker they sign gets added to the player pool, fine option as well. Not going to go to the defenses. And then here's McKinnon. I think McKinnon makes for probably the best value play on the slate, in my opinion, below 3K. If we take a look at these snap counts, McKinnon basically split work with CEH. He played a total snap count of 27 snaps. So if we're going to get this usage from McKinnon at 2.6K, he's a very good pass catcher as well, so he definitely will be involved in the passing game. So I think McKinnon looks like a pretty good value play in my opinion. Sky Moore, I probably wouldn't get to unless... Where is he? It's Fountain Inn. Oh, the practice squad. Let me pull up the depth chart. Was it Watson? Okay, it was Watson, right? It was Watson. Okay, if Watson, it seems like Watson's in, so I probably wouldn't get to Sky Moore. If Watson was out, I'd definitely consider Sky Moore. The tight ends got some snaps as well. If you take a look, where are they? Where are they? Let's go to the depth chart. Let's look at No Gray and Fortson. Where is No Gray? No Gray got 37. But like I said, I don't know if this was in garbage time or not. Let's just look at the first. Fortson 13, No Gray 18. Okay. Kelsey 10. Interesting. Okay. So if they're gonna get snaps like that, I think they're definitely viable. But they're more blocking. They're more blocking tight ends, so they're not gonna run a ton of routes. If I do recall, one of them had actually a good game. Where's Fortson? You got one target for touchdown. Where's the other one? No, Gray. He got two targets. But yeah, more blocking tight ends, only dart throws, in my opinion. And then outside of that, I don't know if I'm missing anything. I don't think I am. So yeah, I hope you guys had a good first week of football. And I'll talk to you guys later.